What's good? What's good? Welcome to Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we got an epic review for y'all today. We are reviewing Reacher. I couldn't think of a way to say it that. Oh, here's what's going to happen. We're going to review Reacher. And you're going to watch it and you're going to subscribe.
No, that's perfect.
And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Ain't that's what Reacher was saying?
Yeah. Now, if you don't like and subscribe in the next 3 seconds,
you're going to act like you're going to don't like it, but you are going to like it. And you're going to subscribe to the channel. And you're going to get us to 1,000. And we're going to monetize, and we're going to bring you more material. Right?
And then we're going to do the intro.
We're going to do the intro.
2,
1. All right, we have returned to talk about Reacher, Jack Reacher. Apparently, his mother called him Reacher.
That's such a weird.
They had to explain that.
Not just his mother. His brother calls him Reacher.
Right, but nobody else. Everybody else get called by their first name, but him just Reacher.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
Like it's one. It's just so weird.
Why not
man.
call everybody Reacher? They all last name Reacher.
Yeah.
Like he got a brother, a mom, a dad, but he the only one they call Reacher.
Yeah. It's like,
Okay, so we'll talk. But yeah, okay, so this is the Amazon Prime series Reacher, where they got 2 movies where Tom Cruise playing Jack Reacher. These are a series of books, very popular. Did they all come out in the 90s or were they?
Well, the first one I think came out in '97.
So they came out late 90s.
Late '90s.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And we had a little discussion before this, where I was like, yeah, I could tell this dialogue belongs in the 90s. And it seems like I said before, I said to you, it seems like they stand very true to the source material, to a fault, but we're going to get into all that. So we're going to watch this trailer for Reacher, and then we're going to come back with our full review.
You boys know what's about to happen to you. You leave now.
Does love his headbutts, huh?
Police,
That a dense-ass dome like that, I would too.
Jack Reacher, parents deceased, retired Army.
Bronze Star, Silver Star, and a Purple Heart.
What in God's name is a guy like that doing in Margrave?
What's a guy like that doing in jail? Zip ties?
Cuffs didn't fit him.
You guys recycle.
7 bodies since you set foot in my town.
I was arrested for murder. Now you want my help?
I want you to do what I say.
You just go wherever you want, whenever you want?
Everyone's always jealous. I'm gonna uncover this whole operation and burn it to the ground.
You boys know what's about to happen to you. You leave now.
Don't go getting yourself arrested for murder.
Shooter was someone who knows firearms well.
Lightning.
Bullets were 95 grain, that's subsonic. This wasn't a first timer.
These people are connected and stone cold killers.
So be smart, don't break the law, and promise me you won't end up in another holding cell.
No.
Looking for payback?
That no was
Justice,
really getting on there.
vengeance.
We'll talk.
Looking for the whole gang.
You're gonna kill a whole lot of people, aren't you?
Already started.
You're about to get your ass kicked.
No, I'm just gonna break the hands of 3 drunk kids.
There's 4 of us.
One of you's gotta drive to the hospital.
That's good in the good one like
But I could have kicked their ass. Why they send them no
It's not a twist off. Show off.
Okay. Jack Reacher. He's an a-hole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell him that to his face, though.
No. You might lose yours.
But apparently, this is more what in line with the books, right? He's supposed to be a real big guy. They 6'5", all muscle, perfect casting.
I mean, you got him. That's him right there.
And what's his actor name?
I got no clue.
I know it's Richardson. What is his first name? I think it's like Alan. Is it Alan?
Sounds right.
You don't know.
That sounds right.
But
I just know that he plays.
he played a lot of stuff.
He's in a lot of stuff. But
He do funny stuff too.
yeah, the thing.
Blue Mountain State.
Blue Mountain State. The thing I think that I saw him in most recently was Titans.
Right in Titans. He I seen him do like that's why he a good he also played Raphael in
That's right.
in Ninja Turtles. It was mocap.
But still,
Right. But yeah, I like this guy from other stuff, but he do comedic moments, man. So he got charisma.
yeah.
So I like so
he's built like an action hero, but he has
Right.
like he's got good comedic
he's
timing.
what
And,
Captain America should look like.
I mean, yeah,
After the formula, Captain America's supposed to wake up out the tank looking like that.
like just walking around like a super soldier. Okay.
Yeah, but no. So they cast well for it, and I didn't like I said I never read the book before I heard about the books. This is how Reacher looks or whatever.
Like also, since he is the right size, we don't have to cheat the camera angles,
Right, right.
To make
'Cause we go from Tom Cruise to this, and then that was everybody's major complaint. Tom Cruise is the worst casting for Jack Reacher. I didn't ever read the book, so I didn't know.
Right.
But yeah. When I heard about his description, I'm like, yeah, that.
Because I think I wasn't especially bothered by it until I started noticing all the camera tricks they were doing to make him look bigger.
Tall, yeah.
Like not just
I
taller.
don't know how tall Tom Cruise is, but he's not
short.
tall.
He's a short
Right.
man. But they even like did some wide angle stuff to make him look broader. Like,
Yeah. But you know what? They do it in all his movies.
True.
I heard that. They said some things he wear lifts. Like if he working with a female, he don't want her to be taller than him, so he'll wear lifts. Or they use camera angles to, which are pretty much platform shoes.
Yeah. Is there anything quite as insecure as needing?
No, and I'd be like, if you shoot this, if I see a shot of me on Instagram with these lifts on, that's your ass.
It's like, do they just do separate shots when they need to show his feet so that no one can tell he's wearing lifts?
Of course, he did not let them get shot. But anyway, in this show, he's a military investigator, I think.
MP, military police.
Okay, yeah. So look, he come to town, and so the whole about 5 minutes into the movie, he never said a word. Now, how did you feel? Was that a cool moment, or was it like, did it work?
I wanted it to be cool.
We right there. I was like, this should be kind of cool. It should show that he a cool character, but now it just seemed like either he's stupid or he's trying too hard to be cool.
It's like, because he comes off as kind of a smug asshole.
Right. And now it seemed like he can't talk. It got to a point where he was doing it so long, it feel like, are you a mute?
Yeah. It's like something's about to pop off. Like he goes into this diner, like he gets off the bus, goes in the diner, gets a black cup of coffee and a slice of pie, cops roll up, and from then on it's just like anytime you want to say something to clear this up, bud, anytime.
Right. Well, okay, so I told you, I thought it was he was in the middle of an investigation, and he was trying to find out, what people know. So sometimes the best way to do that is not say nothing and let everybody else kind of do the talking. Nah, it was just a coincidence.
He just strolled into town to look up a blues singer.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, if he had been in the middle of an investigation, I could have forgiven all of that.
Right.
Like, so you're literally a tourist, and rather than just say, "Look, man, I just came to find out about this dude, Blind Blake, man.
Right.
I heard he used to play here and he died here. I wanted to know what was up. What exactly is all this about?" No, I just
but it went on too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I think a solid 6 or 7 minutes.
Right, and he didn't really say nothing until he got in the jail cell and was talking to Roscoe, one of the characters we have, which is obviously going to be a love interest.
Yeah.
It's like, could you be more? I mean, come on now. We already know who you about to be, Roscoe, with a female named Roscoe. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the lead detective, or what was his
I've already
position?
forgotten his name. He was chief of detectives.
Oh, right.
He's basically Virgil Tibbs.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This day in Atlanta, right? No, they somewhere in Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Or some crappy town in Georgia.
Margrave, Georgia.
Right. No disrespect to Margrave. But it's a small Georgia town where, and I'm looking like, why is this lead detective black guy, where they look like they was, when they had this town meeting, I was like, man, this mug looked like the 30s or looked like the 50s or something. Like, whoa, what the hell is this?
I'm going to be honest with you. It does look like In the Heat of the Night. Like,
that's what they would have to be going for.
Yeah.
Because he's crazy Virgil smaller than Virgil Tibbs, though. Why did they get the smallest guy? Look at him on this. Look at this. This is not a angle shot.
Yeah.
He's really that short. They got the shortest actor in Hollywood. I'm sorry, hold on. There we go, my bad. They got the shortest actor in Hollywood to play, opposite next
he's
to
like a third of his size, man.
Yeah, next to this guy that's 6'3", 6'4".
Like, and you don't need to show up how big he is. It's obvious.
Now I don't know if it's written like that in the book for him to be a little guy,
man, but he is small.
Right? But they talk about that, and I think part of the thing is he is like trying to go. He's going toe to toe with Reacher, right?
I was like, because every time he tries to come at Reacher with his pack-a-day smoker's voice, and tries to, here's what's gonna happen. That's my line, bro. That's my line.
Right. I mean, it was cool. They had like a back and forth thing where he basically like the smart hotshot detective from Harvard and all that.
Big
they
city
did
detective.
some what they call that, some Sherlock stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's funny he said he referenced Sherlock, but y'all took a lot from Sherlock, where he get all this information. He see everything, he get all this information, but he don't say nothing. And then the moment he reveal that he know all this, and then he tell you why.
Yeah.
We already seen that in Sherlock.
Yeah.
Now he's doing this a lot.
Not only that, he very clearly is keeping information from people. It's like, how would you know that? I talk to people.
Yeah.
No. We work in a criminal investigation.
Right.
We need evidence. How did you find this out?
Dude, they did that for a little too long.
Yeah.
Where it gets to, all right, we on the same page. We can trust each other. So now let's work together, right? It's always that point, that period where they don't trust each other, so they're not telling each other everything.
Yeah.
That went on too long.
By the time they start sharing information, there's not any information left to share.
And it's all dead bodies. Like, okay, it's too much
Dude,
stuff happening right now.
like, we're talking
y'all
about
to be BSing, it's too much stuff happening.
We're talking
right
about
now.
like a town of 1,700 people.
Yeah.
And there's already been 7 or 8 deaths. Like, they made a good point, like, about Reacher's like, since this man came to town, like the murder rate has spiked exponentially.
I know it is like, I'm like, okay, is it at this point y'all should be solving these crimes and not still playing this little cat and mouse. They did this little back and forth for like at least 2.5 episodes. I'm looking like, okay, things are getting a little too serious because he's still threatening them. I can send you to jail for for this, that, and the other. And I'm looking like, man, stop it. Both of y'all stop it. Y'all act like little kids.
Yeah, and it's like the lengths to which they're going to keep up the back and forth is ridiculous. So it's like, okay, he's trying to solve this crime for his own purposes. Homie's trying to solve crimes because he's the chief of detectives. That's his job.
Right.
And then rather than doing those two jobs, they're both sitting here like, no, we're going to do things my way.
Right. It's like, stop. He obviously giving you information, and they play. What's his name? I know his name was. Wasn't it like I want to say Finley?
Finley.
Right. They played Detective Finley like he's very smart, very intelligent, but he never figures nothing out.
Yeah.
Reacher only person to figure out. He asked a question, and Reacher answers the question.
Yeah.
He's just smart enough to have the question.
Yeah.
He's not smart enough to come up with the answer.
Specifically, what was the Sherlock adaptation that was on, I want to say NBC? Elementary.
Okay.
They have a detective on there, a black detective, and he plays the same role. He's like, they make it, let you know, he's a super smart detective.
That is always the character of the detective. Like in, what's that movie? It didn't break, did it?
I think we're good.
We're good, y'all. We're all good. How are you? So they always play that role with the detective of what's that show with what's his name that played Passion of the Christ? Jimmy Cazale or whatever. Person of interest.
Oh, yeah.
Mentalist. He always got a cop.
Hell, even Psych.
Yeah. They always got a cop they're a good cop, but the person that they're pretty much a consultant that's not a cop, that they're wild card.
Well, like
they don't want to always figure stuff out.
Like Sherlock Holmes has like from the books, there's a quote about Inspector Lestrade where it's like, oh no, it might
right,
not,
and that is that same inspector like in Sherlock.
And it's like, no. So the thing is, he's a brilliant detective. He's got a keen mind. He just lacks imagination.
Right.
And so your wild card comes in with almost nothing but imagination and manages to make like all kinds of connections that no real cop ever would.
Right.
Or at least none of the cops in the show ever do. And so that's where, Reacher comes on this like, oh no, what you're looking for is this. I can tell because such and such wouldn't do such and such, and so wouldn't do so and so.
Which makes it a cliche.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry for all the Reacher fans. But this follows the same blueprint of all those shows.
Like the only
and it's coming in 2022.
Yeah, the only
like it's added something
right,
new.
Right. The only difference between Reacher and the rest of them is Reacher is 6'5".
Yeah, right. that is his advantage, being so different looking.
Like all the others
being so huge.
Yeah, all the other super intelligent detectives need somebody to actually handle the action for them.
Right. Usually the cop go in there and do all the fighting and shooting, and they'll figure it out, and then they be like, all right, now get in there. You know what I'm saying?
All right, the evidence is over there. Go do your thing.
Right.
And it feels weird with Reacher because it's like he clearly doesn't, again, much like a lot of them, he doesn't care about due process. It's like,
right, exactly.
The information I need is in that room. I'm getting in that room. Fuck a warrant. And it's like,
you would think that he'll think of smarter ways of doing it. He just punched people in the face.
Yeah.
Much as I respect and admire that, but I know I can't do that.
Like his only interrogation technique is to brutalize people until they talk. It's not even like, look, I want you to understand. I'm gonna put this through your face,
man. I don't know if you got to now. This one episode, he was like,
the one with the lawyer.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he did that. Like, what? It's almost like he is a criminal.
Yes,
because I was like, I thought he had some cool way.
Nope.
No, he just physically assaulted somebody, made them do something, and walked out and was like, "You better not tell nobody."
Like he has a line about like, bullies.
Why not? Why shouldn't he tell nobody?
Right.
What leverage he got?
Right. Like he has a line about like, bullies need to get got. I'm sitting there, but what about you?
Yeah, right.
You just brutal. Like,
you don't know he a bully.
Like this man is in his office. Some dude comes in, savagely attacks him, and on the way out,
dude,
hey, and don't try to find me.
I never thought
neither.
I'd be on the side of a scumbag lawyer, but really, because he was like, I need to file. Somebody's like, I can't. What? I'm not gonna do that. Get out of my office. He actually was following his job and not give out other people personal information.
This man was just doing his job. And some huge motherfucker just come in his office,
physically attacks him, and make him do something illegal, and then walk out. You better not tell nobody. It's like, I thought he didn't have no leverage or nothing.
No.
I thought he had some naked pictures or something. Because he was like, "You're gonna do that."
Like his only leverage was, if you try to find me, you will see me again. Yeah. That was his.
Not before the cops, asshole. I don't get it.
Like he just,
and you're supposed to be working with the cops, and you do something like that.
But like, and then he'll go off on his own from the cops to go find some information. And when they get in touch, so I found out something. How'd you find that out? Looks down at like a dead body. I talked to him.
Yeah.
Hey, did you find so and so? That was a dead
who wrote
end.
This stuff, man?
Dude, hey, my favorite one-liner so far. Yeah, did you find so and so? That was a dead end.
Man, look, dude. Look, whoever wrote this have no concept of realism, because they just feel like, oh, since he big, he'll just punch people in the mouth and get answers or whatever. I know, like, okay, in certain situations you can get away with that, but they don't put them in those situations where you can just walk in somebody's office, choke them with a phone cord, and break their hand, get them and do something illegal and just walk away. So you better not tell nobody, or else. No leverage. I swear I thought he was gonna say, look at your computer. I got pictures of you doing this.
Something.
And if you don't do that, then these pictures gonna get all.
His whole,
no, he didn't. He just used physical violence.
Literally, his whole MO is, I'm the bad guy here. You don't want to piss me off. Like, that's his whole MO. It's like, no, you think you work with the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
So, all right, man. It plays out just like one of them shows, like I said, like The Mentalist, like Person of Interest.
And just like most of those shows, most of the real evidence comes into their hands by coincidence.
It's like, I mean, he's doing some investigating work, but they keep coming to him.
Yeah,
you're right. They keep coming to him. He figure it out and get the drop on them.
And even all the people involved are actively looking for him.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I found so. You mean they found you?
Right.
Semantics.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of this is written. That's why I'm not blaming the actor. Mm-hmm. Some of the dialogue, it's like I watching them like, okay, oh, I like this character. Watching the trailers and stuff, and I'm watching them like, I don't think I like this dude. He's annoying because he get on my nerves. No, you be like, hey, tie your shoes up before you fall.
No.
Like. It's like you only saying no just to be contrary. You don't really have a reason to say no.
Yeah, he takes being contrarian so serious. It's like, look, this is what we need to do. Can you go handle that? I'm not going to do that. What?
He's the kind of person that would hurt himself to spite, so he wouldn't do because you said.
Like if you tell him, okay, listen, this dude has a metal plate in his forehead, so we can't punch him in the face, okay? What you mean I can't punch him?
Right.
I told you. Stop punching him in the face.
Right.
Nope.
But see, they play it off like he's so smart that he knew it was something else and he was actually planning something. No, he just do stupid shit like that.
It's like, and what makes it so bad is
it just works out for him.
It just works out. He has moments where he gets to, like, the actor himself gets to flex his charisma, which is then juxtaposed to the lack of charisma the character has.
It's like, we talked about this a little earlier. You said Tom Cruise played like kind of like a sociopath or something. I think that's where they going with this character, man. Because sometimes he do these blank looks, and it seems like he don't have emotion. It seems like he's trying to act like a person with emotion would act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
where it's say, okay, somebody would say something right here. Okay, but let me. It's almost like how the Terminator had to go through words to say, fuck you, asshole. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go through words to say,
I like that.
Are you feeling better? You know what I'm saying? It's like he don't care.
It's like, because you'll have moments where it's like he says clearly the wrong thing to somebody, and folks go, why would you say that?
He's clearly got mental yeah. Well, it was a scene where I guess somebody was dead and he didn't tell them they was dead.
Yeah.
Like, well, we should have told him. He's like, we ain't got time to deal with that grief.
But it's like, even then, like, when the lie comes out with the most charisma this character is shown, oh no, they're not in trouble. We're just looking into some shit. Why didn't you tell them that they're... We don't have time.
I think they trying to play it off as he don't have emotions like everybody else.
Well, like, that's why I was saying I think he may, like, maybe I don't know about the character, but he seems at times like he might be on the spectrum, like he has some sort of high functioning autism. And it's like when they do the flashbacks, especially to him as a kid, and it's like some of the moments.
I was going to ask you about that. I was immediately say, no, this ain't working for me. I said that immediately, and as it was going on, we don't need the flashbacks.
No,
I wish they take all them. Now, how you feel about those?
So this is part of my problem. One, I don't think they're necessary. Two, I feel like they're trying to humanize him with them, and I'm not for that.
Right, and they also, I think they're trying to show his relationship with his brother.
Yeah.
Because his brother was, you never seen him.
Yeah.
We only heard about him later. So in the flashbacks, we can kind of see him and get a gauge on what kind of person he was.
But, like, even in the flashbacks, you see the level of assholishness in this individual. It's like, all right, now you go say you're sorry. I'm sorry I didn't finish the job.
Yeah, right.
and he walks off, and it's like he's clearly just ruined the situation for his entire family.
And I was like, I see. You know what I learned from that? I'm not saying Richard's uncompromising. He say what he feel. You know what I got from that? Richard is a selfish little bastard.
Yes.
He say what he want to say, and he never get consequences for what he say and
but
does.
they frame it as, yeah, you should never apologize for getting
That's
at
what
a
I'm
bully. And it's like, that is not what that scene showed. Like, I understand why the flashbacks are put where they're put. I get what they're trying to say, but they are missing the mark every time.
Because I was like, all through this stuff, it's like control violence, right? You do it when, like, characters like this, they know when to attack and when not to attack. They know when to pull back, when they can beat the shit out of somebody and not have to worry about consequences because given the situation. It's times where he should not get away with that. And he just do it and walk away and no consequences.
Right. They try to make it out like, oh, yeah, everywhere you go, trouble finds you. I'm like, no, it's a good deal that he was looking for.
Right. I say the only time he could get away with beating the crap out of people was in jail, that scene in jail. Because they was about to shank him.
That little blood and bone scene.
Yeah. Which was doper than blood and bone. But no, it was actually a good beatdown.
It was good, though.
It was a good beatdown, don't get me wrong. Well, I'm just saying, that's the only time he was justified for those.
Every other like person he attacked, I'm like, bro, you didn't even need to do all that.
Okay, what about this scene where, they like this a dude in the bar, hey man, you need to stay the hell out of here or whatever. And he beat this dude down so bad, and then he come back and they like, oh shit, no please. And he's like, no, you cool. I'm just looking for something else.
Yeah,
I'm just tripping off. I never thought about after the fact. Dude's still on the ground. People trying to help him.
Yeah.
You're the bad guy now.
And that's the thing. It's like almost like none of the people he attacks in the we've only seen like the first half of the show up to 5 episodes.
Yeah. It's 8 episodes.
Okay, so we've seen most of the show. Almost everyone he's attacked has been more or less an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
Like they're in their element doing what they do.
Right.
I mean, he applies specifically he applies more force than as necessary.
Right.
To either finish the job or get on to the next task. And it's like, you don't need to do all that.
Right. But also it'd be just like a couple of like bullies, like people that's coming to try to basically it's your standard skirt him so he'll leave town kind of deal. But he just beat the crap out of him so bad. But the thing is, they might not even once going to get physical. It's just intimidate him a little bit, push up on him and say a couple of things. And he hit first and not just punch him and walk away. He'll destroy them.
Yeah. Like, and then he won't stop till he puts them through at least one piece of furniture.
Break bones. Now, we're not saying we got a problem with an action hero beating the crap out of people. Situational. In this situation, it's just not called for.
Because some of the beatings he's handing out, man, they are not warranted by the situation. It's like, okay, yeah, dude stepped to you had to smack him on the head, get him to sit down, fine. Okay, why is his arm broken now?
No, he will break and maim people and then just walk away from the situation.
Yeah, and then look at people funny because everyone in town's like, oh damn. There's that Reacher guy.
Yeah,
like, you've cleared out
no
bars.
assault charges filed. No,
this man is a menace to this town, dude.
So I mean, and he's our hero, and it's like you know what, Finley would be better off just investigating this by himself and just solve the crime. And let's talk about the side characters. Like we got Roscoe, Finley, and I guess those are the main. Oh, what's his partner or a girl that works for him?
Neely.
Yeah, okay, Neely. They brought her in so late. I'm looking like, are you going to make her a mainstay or is she just going to come in and go? But
like it looks like they may have sent her off, but
I saw that. He was like, yeah, go ahead, Lee. I'm thinking they trying to push. If she get a good reception, I think they're going to give her her show or whatever. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Maybe somebody a little less violent, but kind of got the same tendencies. It's like, it's funny. I'm saying I grew up loving violence, but situation
because like Neely seems like the proper version of what he's supposed to be.
Possibly.
Whereas like when the violence is warranted, she's got it.
Yeah.
But when it's time to find clues, talk to people, she's got that.
All right, they could have a disagreement about sports or something. They just break your dude arm and beat the shit.
It's like, yeah, listen, man, I just came F with the Patriot. Oh, no!
Yeah, I hate to cuss. So anyway, no, but on the whole, man, I'm entertained, but then when I'm watching and listening to the dialogue, bro, it's kind of like so dated. Yeah. And the characters start not to be that likable. He's an a-hole, but he's not a lovable a-hole.
Yeah.
He's just,
and that's the thing. You had to make them. You had to make these characters endearing, right?
Right.
Sherlock Holmes gets by being eccentric and really wild, and so it's like if you don't have whatever that thing is, the Mentalist is super charming,
right?
And
gotta be something there.
There's got to be something there, and his attribute is that he is a violent sociopath, and that does not help.
And I think that maybe that's the point. They was like, oh, but the thing is, how is he a good guy? Because because he's taking out bad people? Is that what it is? Which, and some people that he beat and ain't bad people. They just
like they got forced into a situation.
They have a disagreement with him.
Like at least one guy was forced into the situation and didn't see a way out. It's like,
you talking about the banker guy?
Him. There's a cop later on.
Okay.
And it's just like, look, I got to do it. Well, then this is going to happen. Like, you didn't even hesitate?
Yeah. Okay. So we know from the movies how Reacher is. Like, tell people. He's so cocky. Tell people this is going to happen. All this stuff, and that's kind of person he is. And I think it's just like that in the books. And we said this. We talked about this. They sticking to the books kind of to a fault, to the point where you might have to change a few of these things, especially living in the times we are now, where this was written in the 90s. I see a lot of those tropes in there.
Because even like the violence aspect we've mentioned is a lot hard to get away with if there's smartphones. So
that's true.
The biggest bastard you have never seen rolled into your small town and whooped everybody in a bar.
Yeah.
There is footage.
But the thing, even if it's a bar fight where you just got the best of those guys and y'all fought each other, it'd be somebody just talking to him and he just beat the crap out of him and just walk away.
He didn't like the tone of their voice.
So I go, do they limp to the hospital? Who did this to you? I don't want to talk. I fail. It's like, does he scare them so much that nobody will report it?
Well, it's like there's even a bit at the very beginning of the first episode where there's a guy getting loud with his old lady, and he just stands there and stares him the hell down.
I forgot about that. And mama, hold on, my dude said, "Sorry, I was just mad. That's all.
We're going through some rough times. That's all. I swear."
I was like, okay, I know he looked mean and whatever,
but like, no one is that scary. No, look,
he not only apologized, but he told him, "I'm going to do better."
Yeah. It's like, look, I'm gonna tell you what. The only time you should
buy her some roses too.
The only time you should have this reaction is if a motherfucker is dressed like a comic book character, like looming down on you from a fire escape in a dark alley. Okay,
right? But you actually told him like, in future, I'm going to do better. So in case I have to see you again, it's like, I'm sorry right now.
Like, there is no reason to be that scared. Look, he's a big guy. I get it. Okay, you don't want to F with him. I get it. There is no reason to promise this man that you're going to do better in the future. It's like, and I'll never forget my anniversary again either.
Right. I'm going to buy her roses. So anyway, it's kind of a bit much, man. I mean, but like I said, if it's just like the books, the fans of the books got to be happy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like be careful what you wish for.
Right.
Because
that's one thing I do want to like see if I can find some folks who are fans of the books.
Right. I would like to hear from them.
I want to know how, because like I haven't read any of the books since I was like 9.
Yeah.
So I want to know how well this fits in to the books and like how faithful this is, and also specifically from someone who's read the books, is it too faithful?
Right. So that's the thing. When you read a book, watch a movie, and we are slaves to the protagonist we are always on the protagonist's side because that's all we see is their point of view. And we want to root for them and we want them to succeed. But when you increasingly disagreeing with your protagonist. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like I should like this dude, but sometimes I really don't like this dude.
Like that's the thing. It's like he gets in these situations, and I want him to win because I know he's the protagonist.
Oh, he's gonna win,
and he's gonna win. Anyways, but I also want him to lose because he's an asshole.
But then it's also a little unrealistic to me. Where okay, I can be an a-hole, but I gotta have like we said earlier, gotta have a charm to it. He ain't got no charm to it. He's just an a-hole.
Either limit the assholery down to like reasonable levels, or punch up the charm.
Yeah, man. So fans of the books, I would like to hear if anybody do they like this, and is this just like the book? 'Cause like I said, I never read the book, so I'm just giving my opinion on the show. And then I feel like if this is accurate to the books, then this character is a very flawed character. Not saying that he's got to be this good guy, but it's just not believable.
Because like I don't
especially somebody who's in the military is like he don't care about rules or authority. And I guess this is the whole deal, right? He don't care about rules and authority.
He goes and does what needs to be done.
And he travel light, like he don't have a residence. He always just carry cash.
Yeah.
Stay off the grid. Don't have no social media. Like
not connected to
why?
anything or anyone. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't mind the traveling when you want and all that, but you have no connections to anyone?
His family dead, and he just travel around helping people.
And then he knows people, and then he knows people he works with. Like that.
Right.
God damn, that's dismal.
You know what? They talked about that in the movies. They talk about that in the movies, how he just kind of like off the grid or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Now I'm realizing, you are a sociopath.
Yeah.
Hopefully you just use your crazy powers for good.
Or as close to good as you're willing.
Yeah. Let's wrap up, man. We can talk
but yeah, so that's our discussion on Reacher. We could say a lot more, but we pretty much just be rehashing. So
yeah, I mean, okay, so I haven't finished it. I watched up to like 5. So we'll finish, and then we'll get a spoiler discussion. We'll do that with the whole end and all that. But so far, I'm enjoying it, but it's like watching Person of Interest. You know what I'm saying? Or The Mentalist.
I mean, exactly. Like,
which
specifically
they might have
Person of
borrowed
Interest
from the books to make those shows. And I think Mentalist came out like early 2000s.
Yeah.
But,
Person of
which
Interest
they say
specifically because it's like, again,
they stole that from Psych.
The character is clearly a sociopath there.
What's that?
The
Person of
Interest.
Interest. But ain't all those ex-military guys sociopaths? Like, that's how they play them. Like, ain't none of them like, a nice emotional guys. They just all disconnected and all that. But they just only kill bad people. But it's like they want to, they don't have emotions, but they know what's right and what's wrong.
Like,
that's kind of how they play those
A lot
characters.
of them are just like, they're attuned to killing, but they're not sociopaths. It's like killing.
I know, but somewhat disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where killing somebody don't bother them, so they just feel like I just killed
like
bad
anybody
people.
Who can give a one-liner after killing somebody is clearly touched.
Stop the one-liners, please. All right, man. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. But yeah, that's our review for Reacher, the Amazon Prime series. And like I said, we're going to do a spoiler discussion after we finish it. And we'll probably do that sometime next week or during the week. We'll see. It's a snowstorm here now, so we don't know what's going to happen.
We gonna get it in when we can, yo.
All right, so we about to be out of here. Thanks for anybody checking out the video. Anybody still watching, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can get alerts every time we post new videos or if we live stream.
And do not forget to like and share these videos and drop a comment down below. Specifically, if you've read the books, how does this stack up to the books? How well does it keep to them? We want to know.
I would like to know. All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace, y'all.